Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Angela. I am currently pregnant with twins, and I also already have 4 other children. I'm going to be sharing with you my 24-week pregnancy update. So I'm not going to waste any time. Please subscribe to my channel, thumbs up this video, and let's get started. So today is, what day is it? Today's May 7th. On May 1st, I had a follow-up sonogram at the doctor's, and pretty much that was just for getting pictures that they couldn't get of baby A's heartbeat or heart during my last anatomy scan. They had to reschedule it for today because of baby's position. They weren't able to get those pictures. So that's what the sonogram was for. Luckily, there was no underlying issue. They got the pictures they needed. It just told me a lot. Babies they didn't switch positions, but they weren't in the same position that they were in during my last sono, which kind of threw me for a loop because I thought that baby B was on top and baby A was on bottom, which is still the case. Baby A is now head down, and baby B is still up here, head this way, legs this way. So during my last video, I thought that, you know, the kicks from baby B were a little bit more like a B, they hurt a little bit more. I just thought that baby B moved a lot more than baby A, and I was completely wrong because it could be, I feel a lot of movement on this side. So it could have just been that baby A was head down and I just felt all the baby A's kicks, or baby B's head was like always pushing against my belly, or baby B is like pushing out because I try to lay on my right side but I can't. With that being said, we thought that we were going to be naming the babies by their kicks, like, you know, one's mellow, one's more upbeat, but that's not the case. So I think we're going to be waiting until the babies are born to actually name the babies. I did mention that my placenta was low, I believe. They told me in my last anatomy scan. This appointment, they told me that that's not the case. My placenta was up high. Both placentas were up high, and there was no underlying issue with that. They did tell me that I had extra fluid, like 0.3 milliliters or 3 milliliters more fluid that I needed, and they just said that that was like sometimes can be an indication of gestational diabetes. So this past Monday, on Monday, I went for the diabetes, you know, the gestational diabetes, drank the drink. Went for that test, and they're gonna go over the results on May 18th, which is my next appointment. But I already got the results from the patient portal. So the range is from, like, if you're over 140 is when they would send you to go get the 3-hour test, and my range was 95. So from what I saw, I can completely disregard that. Like, I don't have gestational diabetes, which is great because in the beginning of my pregnancy, I had an intolerance to anything that had added sugar in it, like intolerance, like right away. When I looked that up, that was a sign of gestational diabetes. Also, I think it was like ketones in my urine, like there was trace in one of my urine tests in my first trimester, which again, I looked that up and that was a sign of gestational diabetes. So I was a little bit scared that I was going to have gestational diabetes with this pregnancy. It's also, you're at a higher risk when you're having twins for gestational diabetes. So I was really scared that I would have gestational diabetes, but thank God I do not. Also, I believe swollen feet can also be a sign of that. No, which you guys know I've been talking about me having swollen feet for some time now. I'm still getting swollen feet, but it's just because maybe I'm doing so much, and on top of that, I'm carrying all this extra weight, and it is not easy whatsoever. Excuse my cat if you guys can see it. He's just doing the most. I do have some vaginal discomfort, but not like the inside this week, and it started like Sunday, so I feel like that's kind of when maybe baby A went head down. It's not in the inside, it's actually like the top of, there's a lot of pressure and there is pain. I feel like I can't close my legs because I'm going to squish something, so that's been really hard to deal with because the only relief that I have is sitting on a exercise ball, which is actually not even the right size. So I have to get a different one because it's just, the pain can be unbearable sometimes. Like sitting on the couch, sitting down right now, actually I'm okay because I'm on the edge of the bed, and the way that I have my leg is like kind of helping. So yeah. I also noticed this week that my teeth have become sensitive to eating cold watermelon. So I've been eating cold watermelon, anything fruit-wise cold, but I also been chewing ice a lot, and they don't seem to be sensitive to me chewing ice, which is weird, but when I go to bite down on like watermelon and stuff, my teeth are super sensitive. So that's something different that I've never experienced. Also this week, my gums have been bleeding a lot more, so I can't wait to get to the dentist, to be completely honest. What else? I'm trying to think if there is anything else. This is probably going to be the shortest update that I have. I believe that's pretty much it. So let me go ahead and show you guys my belly. Excuse the non-matching, you know. And the shirt is a little bit, you guys know. But this is my belly. Oh, my belly from the front. Shirt on. Belly from the left side. And belly from the right side. Shirt up. From the front, you guys can definitely see, hopefully, some discoloration in the front of my belly. This is what I was talking about my last video, how my belly is getting a lot darker, not just the line, but my belly in general. Belly from the left side. And belly from the right side. This side is tricky. Alright, so I'm finally caught up with my weeks. So here on in, hopefully I can just provide them weekly. We'll see. So I said hopefully I'd be up to date. Hey guys, so if you were wondering, I filmed my 24 weeks when I was 25 weeks, when I was supposed to. I just didn't have a chance to edit it. And now I'm about to be 26 weeks, so I need to do my 25 weeks. So now I have to put them together because this pregnancy just takes everything out of me. So if you have the Bump app, it's like a pregnancy app. If you have the Bump app for 25 weeks, almost everything that they say you go through or you may have an issue with, or it might pop up. Yeah, that's almost everything is what I'm currently going through. It's been a really rough week this week, hence the hat. Let's start from the beginning of week 25. It started off with me being super gassy. I was just super gassy in the beginning of the week, and gross is all that we need to say about that. Next thing was constipation. The constipation I've been dealing with throughout this entire pregnancy, from me finding out I was pregnant. My doctor actually recommended a stool softener for me. If this is TMI, then I don't know what to tell you. But the doctor did recommend a stool softener, which I went to Target to go buy it, and come to find out it was $30 for like not a lot of capsules. I forgot the name of it. It was over the counter, so it wasn't something I needed a prescription for. So I was like, yeah, not happening, because $30. So I got something that was cheaper, and then I was just doing research on it. I don't know, I don't know why I didn't research it before I bought it, but I got it. And then I read that not all stool softeners are safe to take during pregnancy. So I didn't take it, and since then, and this is back from my first trimester, I keep forgetting to ask the doctor if that particular stool softener that I got is okay and safe for me to take. So I have just been dealing with the constipation. I'm still having heartburn, definitely not as much this week than in the past. Probably for this past 7 days I've only had heartburn twice, which is really good for me, because it was pretty much every night, every time I laid down, I would get heartburn. So I have been having pretty much all over my body aches and pains. I definitely know that my body is not used to carrying all of this weight. I weigh, and I'm as big, babe actually said I'm bigger than what I was when I gave birth to Aaliyah. So I don't know why I'm starting to talk about that. I don't know what the body aches and pains had to do with how big I am. Oh, because of the weight of my body. Okay, so yeah, I know that I'm not used to carrying the weight, and it's definitely taking a toll on my body. I have all over pain, my back, upper back, lower back, my sides, my legs. So especially my legs. I have a lot of leg cramping. My feet, you guys know, they swell, which is kind of weird because most of the time it's only my right foot. So I don't know if I'm carrying the majority of my weight on my right side. I do know that I like to sleep on my right side. I can't sleep on my left side. So I don't know if it's because of that, but I definitely get a lot of leg cramps at night. I start to get Charlie horses, but then it goes away, and I haven't had a full-blown Charlie horse yet. But even so, with that, just my legs, like the tingling, not so much the restless leg syndrome, it's pain, like just actual pain in my legs, and cramps and numbness. Sometimes I'll have on my chest like a heavy feeling on my chest. It's not a constant feeling, so I'm not too worried about it. Plus, I'm pregnant with twins, so it's common. And it's not like so much as my asthma acting up. The pain that I have in my chest is occasionally, so it is what it is pretty much with that. And at this point, some of the baby's movements have become painful instead of joyous, which happened with Aaliyah as well. My last pregnancy, I just feel like it happened a lot quicker. This pregnancy, again, duh, because there's 2 babies, not much space. So, yeah, I mean, I can't do anything about the movements. I can't tell them to stop moving. And I love feeling them move, especially more now than anything. Just because, you know, there's not probably a lot of space going on in there, and it's twins, and I like to feel all these different feelings that I'm feeling because it's so different than all my other pregnancies. So yeah. Lastly, the sleeping. The sleeping is pretty much non-existent this week. Like, I'm sleeping about 2 to 3 hours a night. Now this is between the tossing and turning, the leg cramps, the peeing, which is totally fine. I don't even complain about me peeing all the time. That's fine. It's just more so the tossing and the turning, the not able to fall asleep, can't stay asleep. Like I mentioned before, my legs or my right side will go numb because I'm constantly laying on my right side. I try to lay on my left side because they say that laying on your left side, you know, better circulation and whatnot. The babies, for some reason, don't like when I lay on my left side. They kick and punch and move a lot until I turn back over on my right side. And I'm out of breath. My hands have also been going numb. I tend to sleep on my hands. I try not to, but for some strange reason, I always find myself waking up to me being underneath my hands, even though I move them. So at times they go numb or start tingling, or sometimes they get a little bit swollen as well, especially this hand. So because of all this, yesterday I finally gave in and I took a sleeping pill. Took the Unisom, these. Okay, I took one of these and I pretty much slept. It made me sleepy. It did not make me jittery, which it has done in the past. So I don't know if I was just like overly tired and my body needed it. Or I just didn't have time to feel the jitteriness because I was already asleep. But it did work. It did put me to sleep. I did toss and turn. I don't know what time it was because I try not to check the time whenever I do wake up, because I just feel like it makes the time go by faster and then it's time to get up. I did not, however, use the bathroom until like around 6 a.m. this morning, which is crazy because I'm constantly peeing. I pee like 6-7 times a night. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take another one tonight because babe went back to work tonight. So I feel like when he's not here, I really have a hard time going to sleep because I'm just like thinking about him, you know, with everything still going on and him being at the hospital, my mind just doesn't turn off. So I'm definitely gonna try and take another one of these after this video and try and go to bed. And I do take naps. I took a nap every day this week, anywhere from 15 to 30 to an hour naps. Any nap is sufficient enough for me. I feel like I'm back in my first trimester. Like, you know how you have that ball of energy in the second trimester? That never happened. And I'm just always tired, like sleeping. So that's been fun. Also, my mind has still been nesting, but I can't physically do a lot. So that's been rough. But other than that, that's pretty much how my 25 weeks went. So don't mind my shorts. But this is my belly from the front with my shirt down. Again, wearing that black, so you can't really tell. Here. Left side. And then here is the right side. Shirt up. Whew. It's heavy. Like, I feel like I'm holding a bowling ball. Oh, babies, don't move right now. Don't move. Here is the left side again. And here is the right side. You see? All right, so that is it for today's video. Oh, actually, I keep forgetting to show you guys sonogram pictures. So let me show you guys some pictures. But this is baby A, and this is baby B right here. So cute. This is baby B. We got some side profiles. This is also baby B. The last two are baby A. So that's like someone's leg. And baby's face, eyes, mouth, nose. With the arm in the front of the face, covering its face. No pictures, please. Of baby A. Alright, so that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I believe my next video I'm gonna try and post my gender reveal. It's nothing spectacular. We just did it here. I'm pretty much out of the frame on a lot of parts, but it is what it is. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.